Okay, so you see these three letters everywhere, right? GPT. But what are we actually talking about when we say GPT? Well, in this explainer, we're going to decode exactly what's going on behind the screen.
I mean, you've definitely heard the term. You've probably even used the tech. But what do those letters actually mean? It kind of feels like a secret code, doesn't it? Well, today we are cracking it wide open.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start with the G, which, you guessed it, stands for generative.
Now, this is maybe the most important first point to get. Generative means this technology isn't just some fancy search engine that finds something that already exists out there. Nope, its whole purpose is to create something brand new.
Think about it like this. Imagine a musician who's listened to thousands and thousands of songs. They're not just going to play one of them back, right? They use all that deep knowledge, melody, harmony, rhythm, to compose a totally new piece of music. That, right there, is the generative process in a nutshell.
So what kind of new stuff are we talking about here? Well, it could be anything. Brainstorming new business ideas, cooking up unique answers to your questions, or even generating original art and, get this, actual lines of computer code. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
And boom, that's the G for you. It's the creative engine. It's the spark that takes this giant library of knowledge and makes something that has literally never existed before.
Okay, so if it's a creative engine, what's its fuel? I mean, where does it get all this knowledge from? Well, that brings us right to our second letter, P for pre-trained.
The key word here is totally pre. All the heavy lifting, all the learning, it happens way before you ever type in a single question. It's already been studying, getting ready for whatever you're going to throw at it.
And what's its study material? Basically a huge chunk of the internet. We're talking countless books, articles, websites, and even conversations. All of that is preloaded, and that forms its massive foundational knowledge base.
I love this analogy because it's just so perfect. When you ask a question, it's not frantically scrambling to search for an answer. No, it's just tapping into this enormous base of knowledge it has already processed and understood. It has already done the homework.
Okay, so we've got it. It's generative and it's pre-trained on mountains of data. But how does it actually understand language and context? This brings us to the final, and honestly, the most brilliant piece of the puzzle, the T for transformer. This is the real secret sauce.
So, take a look at this simple sentence right here. For you or me, for any human, it's super easy to understand who it is talking about.
But for a computer, this is actually a huge challenge. It could be referring to the cat, or maybe it is referring to the mat. Without context, language is just a bunch of disconnected words. So how on earth does a machine figure that out?
Well, this is where the magic of the transformer comes in. Because it analyzed all that text it was pre-trained on, it learned which words are most likely to relate to each other. Its special power is to pay attention to the most important words in a sentence, weighing their relationships to figure out the real meaning, even across long paragraphs. It literally connects the dots.
So the transformer looks at the sentence and figures out that it has a way stronger connection to cat than to Matt. And that's the aha moment. This ability to track context is exactly what makes its answers so coherent and, let's be honest, sometimes so surprisingly human-like.
All right, so we've got the generative engine, the pre-trained knowledge, and the transformer's amazing ability to understand. Let's put all three pieces together now and see the whole picture.
It all works in this really simple but powerful flow. Step 1, the model is pre-trained on that giant library of data. Then, step 2, the transformer architecture gives it the power to understand the context and all the relationships in that information. And finally, step 3, using that deep understanding, it can generate a totally new and relevant response just for you.
And there you have it. The secret code is cracked. Generative, pre-trained, transformer. See, it's not just some random name. Each one of those words describes a critical piece of what makes this tech so revolutionary. And that's really why knowing the name matters so much. It tells you what it's truly for. This isn't just a tool for finding information, it's a tool for creating it. So you gotta think of it less like a search engine and way more like a collaborator, a creative partner you can work with.
So now that you know the secret code, what a generative pre-trained transformer actually is, the real question is, what are you gonna create? What new ideas, new stories, or new solutions are you gonna build? The potential is all yours.